Good evening. I'd like to welcome our guest artist from Phoenix, Leslie Goodwin.
It's extraordinary when I become as one, more than powerful. When my limits come undone, I find truth, perfection, my place in this life, far beyond dimension. Everything feels right. I get addicted to it. I get so tapped into it. Anyone can do it. Jump in the stream. I get saturated, swimming in divine water, holding me, captivates my mind. I find grace, wisdom, bathed in sacred light, far beyond dimension. Everything feels right, and I get addicted to it. I get so tapped into it. Anyone can do it. Jump in the stream. When the static hits me, I tune in to all that lifts me. I get addicted to it. I get so tapped into it. Yeah, I get addicted to it. I get so tapped into it. Anyone can do it. Jump in the stream. Jump in the stream.
Thank you. Leslie Goodwin. Leslie Goodwin is a ministerial student, and she's visiting us from Phoenix, Arizona, so we really appreciate her gift. So welcome. My name is Reverend Lori McMacken. Welcome to Practicing the Presence. We come together on a Wednesday to lift you up, to recognize the presence of God as your life, and to tap into the field of infinite possibilities, infinite potentiality. This is a candle lighting service. I'm going to invite you to come forward and light your candle and to have an intention. And I invite you to have an intention of what quality of God would you like to reveal more of in your life? More joy, more love, more freedom, more grace. So I invite you to come forward and light your candle as we practice the presence together.
I hear a buzzing all around me, incessant chatter in my ears. I feel it pull me from my vision. It seems to amplify my fear. I find that quiet place inside me. I hear a spiritual voice. And if I want to stay connected, I have to make a simple choice. I'm gonna listen to myself. Not gonna listen to anybody else. I'm gonna listen to myself, 'cause I'm the one who knows. I'm the one who knows. I'm gonna listen to myself. Not gonna listen to anybody else. I'm gonna listen to myself, 'cause I'm the one who knows. I'm the one who knows. I'm feeling pulled in new directions. I hear your message loud and clear. I know that I am always guided, and that I have nothing to fear. When I stop caring about the details and I surrender it to grace, the facts don't really seem to matter. Things start falling into place. I'm gonna listen to myself. Not gonna listen to anybody else. I'm gonna listen to myself, 'cause I'm the one who knows. I'm the one who knows. I'm gonna listen to myself. I'm not gonna listen to anybody else. I'm gonna listen to myself. I'm the one who knows. I'm the one who knows. The world is full of everyone's opinion about what everybody should and shouldn't do. But now I'm listening to me. You best start listening to you. I'm gonna listen to myself. Not gonna listen to anybody else. I'm gonna listen to myself. I'm the one who knows. I'm the one who knows. I'm gonna listen to myself. Not gonna listen to anybody else. I'm gonna listen to myself, 'cause I'm the one who knows. I'm the one who knows. Something in me knows. Something in me knows. The chatter in my ear. I find that quiet voice inside me, and I am listening. I am guided. I am safe. I'm listening to that still small voice. I'm listening. I'm listening. Still small voice.
Thank you, Leslie. I don't sing very well. You don't want to hear me sing. So this is the time where we listen to ourselves. I invite you to close your eyes and go within and take a big communal breath together. And just breathe into your heart space. Breathe into that pathway of the heart. And think of someone that brings you gratitude in your life. And just bring that gratitude into your heart space. And then just allow that feeling of gratitude to permeate throughout your whole body. As we practice the silence together, allow this feeling of gratitude to permeate this whole sanctuary.
So as we stay centered in the infinite within, we simply know that God is. I know that God is the power, the one presence. I call that power and presence infinite intelligence, divine wisdom. For it is through God and the presence and the power of God within me that flows all the goodness of life. The goodness as it is expressed as love and joy and peace and harmony. For that goodness flows in an everlasting and infinite way and is available in each and every moment of time. And I know that I am one with that power and presence. I am the divine emanation. And I express that goodness through my being, for it is the truth of my being. And as I open my heart and open my eyes, I'm alive and awake and aware of God acting and moving in, as, and through me. And as I know that this is true for me, I know that it is true for each one present this evening. For as I let go of anything that is not God, I know that I am guarded and guided on my pathway through life, and there I can relax. For I know that if I let go and let God, that it goes before me to make the crooked paths straight. And in that I can just rest in the truth and the knowledge that I am always guided. And so I give thanks for this truth. My heart is overflowing with the thankfulness that I walk my path always with God as my guide. And so I release this word unto the law, knowing the answer is always yes. And therefore I can simply let go and say, and so it is. So our reading tonight comes from the book, The Voice of Knowledge by Don Miguel Ruiz. Life is the force that God uses to create everything at every moment. Everything is moved by the same force of life. I see myself growing older, and I know that someday I will leave this physical body. When I leave this physical body, the body will return to the earth, but life cannot be destroyed. Life is eternal. We are life, and life is immortal. We are indestructible, and I think this is very good news. Once you open your spiritual eyes, you see the dream of your life. You see how much time you waste by playing with petty concerns, by playing with all that nonsense and meaningless drama. You see how you keep yourself from enjoying a reality of love, a reality of joy. So I hand off now to Reverend Laurie, who's going to talk to us more about seeing through spiritual eyes.
Thank you, Robin. Robin is also a ministerial student. We have a couple of them here today. I'm not sure if Rosedale is here, but It's just so beautiful to be immersed in this spiritual teaching. It's beautiful to know that love is the law of our life. And I just love being a minister because I love standing up here and talking about God. It's just wonderful. And so today the title is Opening Our Spiritual Eyes by the book of Don Miguel Ruiz. And I'm sure you are familiar with the book of Don Miguel Ruiz because he wrote The Four Agreements, and that was a bestseller. The Four Agreements is a practical path to freedom. In there, you have never take anything personally, be impeccable with your words, don't make assumptions, and always do your best. Don Miguel Ruiz is a Toltec, and the Toltecs have been around for thousands and thousands of years. And actually, they are known as men and women of knowledge. They live in a pyramid city right outside of Mexico City, a place where man becomes God. And no, they're not religious, but yes, they are spiritual. And yes, they do believe in all the spiritual masters, but they embrace life and they embrace the spiritual truths. Now, the Toltecs tell a story of Adam and Eve that we know so well, but they do it from the eye of the Creator, because this story is about you, and this story is about me, and this story is about all of us. For each person here is both Adam and both Eve. Matter of fact, we are the original humans. Now, thousands and thousands of years ago, the original humans actually lived in paradise. We lived in the Garden of Eden. And when we were in paradise, we were in love with life. Love was the law of our life. We lived from joy and beauty and grace, and we respected each other. And this is where a time where our spiritual eyes were open. And not only do we respect each other, but we respected all of God's creation. And this was heaven on earth. Now, as you know, in the Garden of Eden, there was two trees. One tree was the tree of life, and the other tree was the tree of death, or called the tree of knowledge. And God told the original humans to not eat from the fruit of the tree of knowledge. And of course, the fruit was plump and juicy, and the leaves were beautiful. Now, in this tree of knowledge lived a serpent, or a snake, as you know, that was poisonous. And this snake was actually an angel at one time, but it became a fallen angel. Because angels are messengers of God, and angels deliver messages of truth, and they deliver messages of love. But this fallen angel was delivering messages of lies, was delivering messages of fear. Now, this angel was actually called the Prince of Lies. And this angel lived, well, I guess it's not an angel anymore, but it lived in the tree of knowledge. And it contaminated the fruit in the tree of knowledge. And God told us, do not eat from that tree of knowledge, for you may die. Now, the Prince of Lies loved to talk. And the Prince of Lies was very seductive. But we were innocent as the original humans. We didn't know there was a possibility for good and evil because we only lived from the law of love as our life. And so what happened is that the Prince of Lies actually seduced us into taking a bite of the tree of knowledge, the fruit. And as we took a bite from this tree of knowledge, there was a poison that poured into our body. And the tree of knowledge rooted into our bodies, and it grew. And this is the moment where our spiritual eyes closed. This is the moment where we started to blame ourselves, and we started to blame other people around us, and we started to blame God. This is a moment where we became separate from God because it was a lie that there was good and evil, and we believed in it, and we put our faith in it because we were innocent and we didn't know. So now we are the victims of life. We are the victims from the tree of knowledge, the voice of knowledge that lives in our mind. And so the voice of the knowledge that lives in your mind, you hear this voice when the voice tells you that you're not good enough. You hear the voice and the voice tells you that someone else is not good enough when you're judging someone else. You hear the voice of knowledge when you believe in lack and limitation. It's actually the voice of lies, the prince of lies. And then we've come together as humanity and we decided to have faith in the prince of lies, to live from hate, to live from fear. And that is not the truth about who we are. And then the storyteller. The storyteller is the prince of lies that lives in our mind and is always talking. Do you hear it all day long, talking to you? It is the prince of lies talking to you. For it is only the truth that sets us free. And Ernest Holmes says that the truth points to freedom through the law. Because our ignorance of the law does not excuse us from the law. So if we decide to believe in the prince of lies, it will outpicture in our lives. So for years and years and years, humanity has believed in these lies. And when we came into Mother Earth, we were divine essence of God. We knew exactly who we were when we were babies. And then the humans trained us. They trained us that they told us who we are. They told us who we are not. They told us whether you were a boy or a girl. They gave you a name. They told you where you fit in the family dynamic and how you should act or how you should not act, how you should be or how you should not be. And then as children, what we did is we watched all the adults have relationships, right, and love. And so their love relationships were suffering. And we thought that was love, and it was really a lie. So then we took all these lies, and we started to form our own life with these lies, right? And it wasn't for myself when I came into a place like this, when I started hearing spiritual truths, that it started pulling at me. Because one thing we know that is not a lie is a truth. Because it is always the truth that sets you free. But I still didn't really understand it. I know it felt good. Like the first thing I heard, a spiritual principle in religious science was that you are perfect, whole, and complete. And you know what I thought when I heard that? That's a lie. There is no way that I'm perfect. I can tell you that right now. There's no way that I'm whole, and there's no way that I'm complete. I didn't believe it, but that's what they were telling me. And it wasn't until the moment where the Prince of Lies was talking in my mind, and I started to practice meditation, right? Because when we're practicing meditation, that voice calms down, and we're ignoring it. We're not giving it any power. We're not giving it any faith. And all of a sudden, this truth, this still small voice comes in, and we hear it, and we body it, and we know it. Because it feels right and it feels true. And all of a sudden you realize that I am that I am. I am one with all of life. I am one with the power and the presence of God. And I am perfect. I am whole. And I am complete. But there's so much faith I had in that for so many years that we have to retrain ourselves. Like Ernest Holmes says, a trained mind is more powerful than an untrained mind. And so when we go into foundations class, we find out what a false belief is. All of a sudden, what false beliefs you have in your life, you believe in lack and limitation. Well, really, those are the lies. That's the Prince of Lies talking to you. And so I was pulled in by the truth, and I wanted more, and I wanted more, and I wanted more in my life. And all of a sudden, I found myself in practitioner training. And do you know what practitioner 1 training is like? When you're a practitioner in one training, you dissect every single part of your life. And you separate the lie from the liar, and you separate the belief from the believer. I remember when I was going to school in Prac 1 in North Hollywood, someone came up to me, a practitioner, and said, "Lori, how's your Prac 1 training going?" And I said, and really, this is exactly what I said, every part of my life is a lie. I feel like I'm living a lie, or that I have been. Because all of a sudden we wake up to the truth of our being. And it's the love that becomes the law of our life. Not the lies, not the fear, not the doubt, not the worry. You know what the biggest, fattest lie of humanity? I swear, everyone's going to agree with me. It is a big, fat lie. Every practitioner, every minister, anyone here would probably agree with me. Every psychologist, every psychiatrist would believe with me. The biggest, the fattest lie of humanity is our imperfection. That is not true. We are totally perfect. We come into this world and we think we have to fit into a certain box. We watch TV, we say, oh, we got to look a certain way. Oh, we have to have so much money. We keep on looking outside of ourselves to be perfect. Oh, I have to drive this car. Oh, I have to be with these certain people because that will make me perfect. I've been searching forever to be perfect, and it doesn't work. And I wondered, where did that come from? When I had my awakening, where did this belief that we had to be perfect come from? And you know what? I just remembered today before I got here, Don Miguel Ruiz in the Four Agreements, he tells us that humanity raises their children like they raise their dogs, with reward and punishment. Reward, I need your approval, which we don't. And punishment, I'm not enough. Reward, I need your approval, and punishment, I'm not enough. We have given faith that we are not enough. And that is not the truth. The truth is that you are perfect exactly as you are right here and right now. This is the truth. And we embody this truth by awareness of how we are thinking and how we are acting. And when we think in a moment, and when we have that awareness that, oh, I'm not good enough, or I can't do that, we have to catch ourselves and say, you know what, you're lying. That's the prince of lies that is talking in your head. There was another time where I had this awakening of me really believing that I am not enough because it was so embedded in my mind. I came here about 6 years ago, and Debbie Ford, when she was alive, was doing a talk, and she was showing her movie called The Shadow Effect. And in that movie, you know that one I'm talking about, in the movie, she said, if you're having a problem with somebody in your life, what you need to do is you point your finger at them, and you'll have 3 fingers pointing back at you, and you'll find out where in your life what you have to take responsibility for. And I thought, all right, here it goes. I'm revving up. Well, you don't have enough this, and you don't have enough that, and you don't have enough this, and you don't have enough. Oh, I have 3 fingers pointing back at myself. I am not enough. And because I don't feel like I'm enough, I'm projecting that out into the world. And because the law excuses nobody, that person is projecting that back to me. Wow. What a lie that is. The Toltec means artist of spirit. And we are all Toltecs. We are all the artists of our own life. So we can choose to create our life through the Prince of Lies and paint it with fear and doubt and worry and judgment and self-hatred. Or we can choose to paint our life through the Princess of Truth, that we are perfect and we are whole and we are complete and we are that essence of love, and love is the law of our life in everything that we do. Because the law is always going to move through us because the love of God is perfect and the law of God is perfect. So you are the creator, you are the artist of your life. And matter of fact, you are the main character of your life. And everyone else around you is a secondary character. So right here and right now, in this moment, you are the secondary character in my life, and I am the secondary character in your life. And what Don Miguel explains, which I thought was brilliant, is that the secondary character in your life is just you project an image on that person. You really don't know that person. You have no idea really what's going on in their mind. It's just the image that you project upon them. And I thought, wow, that's really interesting. So this is why he says, don't take anything personally. How can you take anything personally when what someone else is doing or what they're projecting to you has nothing to do with you? It has to do with them. So if you are looking at me right now and you are judging me, it's not that you're judging, you're really judging yourself. And if you're looking at me right now and you're loving me, you're actually loving yourself. I thought, wow, that was brilliant. I don't know about you, but myself being a full-blown codependent at one time, if someone would look at me wrong, I'd be, oh my God, I'm a terrible person. I'm not enough. My whole self-esteem all depended upon how you felt about me. But that's not the truth. Yeah. We have faith in our lies, and that's what gets us in trouble, and that's what keeps our spiritual eyes closed. It's when we open our eyes, do we see the light? It's when we have faith in the truth of our being, and we have awareness, do we come into this light in our life? There was a movie in 2001. It was called A Beautiful Mind, and it was by Russell Crowe. And the gentleman was a schizophrenic. He was a genius, a mathematician that could break codes. And he could hear voices in his head, and he could see people, and they were telling him to do things. And he didn't think he was a schizophrenic until his wife put him in the hospital. And he loved his wife. His wife was absolutely beautiful. And then when they put him on meds, he had the realization that, yes, I am seeing people and I am hearing voices. So then he started having effects from the drugs. And because he started having these side effects from the drugs, he wanted to get off the drugs. So it was in that moment right there and right then where he decided that he had two choices. He could either go into the mental institution for the rest of his life and agree with having schizophrenia, or he can just be aware of the voices in his head and decide not to believe in them, decide not to give them any faith, and to live a life of joy with his wife. And this was the choice that he had chosen. And of course, the voices were still there, but he didn't give them any power. Yeah, he didn't give them any power. And this is how we open our spiritual eyes. We keep our spiritual eyes open by not giving the prince of lies any power. When we hear someone judging us in our mind that we're not good enough, or we're not worth it, or someone else isn't good enough, the first thing you can say to yourself is, that's a lie. Because when you know that's a lie will never survive. But if you know it's the truth will always survive. Or you can say to yourself, is that the truth, what I'm thinking right now? Is that the truth that someone else is projecting on me right now? That has nothing to do with me. That has something to do with them. That's their thing. But I can still see the light with them, and I can project my light out into them. Because that's what we do here. We know the truth, and we know the light will set you free. So as I stand in my power and my light, and I know this for me, there's only one mind, and that's the mind of God. I can know it for all people around me, and that's where the healing occurs. That's where we have a practitioner. That's where we have a minister. That's when you stand and you hold the light in your life, and you hold the light for all people around you. If there's someone in your life that is ill or they're not feeling well, the best thing that you can do them is hold them on high, hold them in the light of love, hold them in the light of joy, hold them in the light of abundance. See them how they need to be seen and how they want to be seen, for that is the truth of who they are. And we open our spiritual eyes when we practice. We practice on a daily basis. We're steeped in our practice where we're sitting down and we're allowing that voice, the Prince of Lies, to just flow through our mind and to leave, and not giving it any power. And as we allow that still small voice to boil up into the essence of who we are. And it's practice that makes the master. For you are here to live a joyful life. You are here to live a peaceful life, to be a loving person. For you are the artist of spirit. And what I know for you is that you are love and joy and peace and wholeness, and that love is the law of your life. Thank you. And so I'd like to invite our singer to come back up. And I invite you to close your eyes and to go within. As I know that light and that love that is all around us right here and right now. I know that it is the essence of the one mind that's always expressing itself in its pure beauty. And I know that as you lit your candle today and you set that intention to have that quality of God, to know more of love in your life, to know more peace in your life, to know more joy or abundance, I know for you right here and right now that it is already done in the mind of God. It is that essence of love and joy and wholeness and goodness that's always activated in your life right here and right now. As I release this word into the law, knowing that it is done, and so it is.
Just for today, I don't have to try so hard. I don't have to play a part or run away. Oh, just for today, my needs are met. I know that I'm truly loved, and it's okay. Today, this beautiful day that God has made, I pray and celebrate this beautiful day. Oh, just for today, I don't have to fall in line, believing that I'm not enough. Afraid, don't be afraid. Oh, just for today, open up and just be still. breath and letting it flow just for today. Today, this beautiful day that God has made, I pray and celebrate this beautiful day. Oh, just for today, I know all my needs are met. I know that I'm truly loved just for today. Just for today, just for today. Just for today.
Thank you. Beautiful. Just for today. I just want to remind you also that if you need a spiritual mind treatment, that we have our practitioners here to pray with you after the service. So if there's something that needs to be healed in your life, don't leave without getting a prayer. So this is the time of our service that we give back to our spiritual community, and I'll invite the ushers to come forward, knowing that as you give, you do receive, and this is a time where you have received your spiritual food, and we support our community as we support the Wednesday night service and all the beautiful activities that go around here to expand and grow in the consciousness of truth in our life. And can we please have the affirmative of affirmation together? Let's say, freely I give, freely I receive. I am immersed in the universal flow, knowing my gift does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. So this is the time in our service where we do the circle of love prayer. If there's anything in your life that you need prayer for, or if you have someone in your life that may need a healing, I invite you to raise your hand, and we'll call their name out and put their name into the consciousness of this room. So is there anyone here that might need a prayer, or someone in your life? Colette. Mother and son, right? Gracie. Anyone else? Melody. All right. I can feel these people in our room. Everyone close your eyes and go within. As we come together as one in the consciousness, I know that the circle of love is complete. It's eternal. It's infinite. It's whole in so many beautiful ways. And I lift each person up here in the consciousness of love. For I know it comprehends all, it includes all, it binds all together with cords of everlasting love. I cannot depart from his presence nor wander from its care. I know this circle of love is complete within me, is complete within each person in the room, and it's complete within the people that we hold high in the mind of God. For I need to know that each person here is already healed in the mind of God. That we lift them up in love, we lift them up in joy, we lift them up in abundance, we lift them up in harmony and perfect right action. Whatever their need is, it is already done. It is the essence of joy and wholeness that is the power of life right here and right now. For I am grateful for this divine healing. I know that it is already done in the mind of God as I release my word, and so it is. I would like to do a couple gratitudes. I would like to thank Melanie Bennett, and she was all by herself today, and Gregory Neville. Gregory, my mother still loves you. And I'd like to thank Judy Trefke and also Jim Bianchi, thank you. And thank you, Leslie Goodwin and Robin Holt, thank you very much. Did I forget anyone? Okay, and I just want to remind you, next month on the 19th, we're going to have Zikr here, which is a type of meditative dancing. It will be on from the Dances of Universal Peace, but we have not done this. It's slow, controlled dancing, and we move together as one, and we sing together as one, and we chant together as one in remembrance. Also in March, I'm going to be teaching E squared again. If you haven't taken that class, it's a wonderful class. It's fast-paced, based 12 experiments to prove that your thoughts create your reality, based on quantum physics and the religious science teaching. It's fast, it's furious, it's fun, so be there, E square. Anything else? And Ginny Mills. Thank you, Ginny. And Dennis, she's not here right now, I don't think, but she's also going to be teaching prayer treatment class on February 27th. So I invite you to rise as we do our universal blessing. Together we say, oh, may all beings be well and happy. May all beings be free from strife. May all beings return to love. Peace be with you forevermore. Nicolette, come on up.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen.
Seaside, may you walk in peace. I love you. And meet us in the family room for socializing. Thank you.